theater, sir?
Absolutely. It has no possibility of doing any of the things they say they want. So that can't be what they're looking for. You know, there's something called the scientific method that we're all taught in school, and that is thesis. If I scream and yell at ICE officers, maybe they'll stop arresting people.
Yes.
If it doesn't, if they turn around and then arrest you, then a scientific method would say you should do something different. I don't know who said it, but I've heard the saying, the definition of insanity is keep doing something the same way and expecting a different result. Yelling at cops, jacking around with cops, screaming at them, blowing whistles, chasing them, isn't going to prevent them from arresting illegals, and it will probably turn around and result in you getting arrested.
Yeah, and you represent a significant number of illegals. Do they say, these people are wonderful. These people are wonderful. They're helping us. Does anyone say that to you?
No, they think they're crazy. I mean, there's only, look, it's only the United States that has people so smart they can believe something as kooky as that this street theater is going to have any effect at all on immigration policy.
Yeah,
maybe if they're able to engineer something so horrible as, for example, that lady getting shot the other day.
Yes.
It'll be such a shocker that they can get some sort of sympathy legislation pushed through. But that's not really the making of legislation. That's just the making of, a baby crying and getting its mother to change its diaper. It's not, it's not realistic. As I've said before, there's plenty of ways to affect immigration policy that have a possibility of working and probably wouldn't result in you yourself getting arrested or hurt. For example, visiting your elected representatives and complaining to them.
Nice.
You could also protest outside the actual headquarters of Homeland Security or the ICE office. But going out and getting underfoot in actual police activity is not a good idea. Remember, these are policemen. They're policemen specifically tasked with arresting immigrants, but that doesn't mean that they can't arrest you if you punch them or if you chase them or if they catch you doing drugs on the street. They're police first, and immigration police is just the type of police they are. They have full police powers. Everybody's like, oh, they're the immigration cops. They can't do anything to me, and they're so surprised. Big headlines, ICE kills American citizen. They're police. They're immigration police, but don't forget that they're actual police. But and as I've said, too, there's plenty of space. Look, I'm overloaded here. We have volunteers here we can't even get, but there's plenty of law firms that do this work that help immigrants for real without putting anybody at risk of harm or incarceration that could probably use some bodies right around now, people to answer phones, people to mail letters, people to drive clients to meetings. So you can call these firms. I mean, we have a few volunteers here that we're kind of overstaffed with that, but I'm sure there's plenty of my brothers and sisters that are doing this business that would love to hear from people that could help them.
What about this organization funded by the city of Pittsburgh that's holding civil disobedience training tomorrow night? Good idea,
there's
sir?
There's a lot of... No way. I don't know
Hell no.
How you do that's very sophisticated stuff to do. If you want to do sophisticated civil disobedience, there's ways of doing it, and it's usually done by lawyers and law students themselves. I know that's being taught by a lawyer, and from his ID number, he's probably in his 70s.
Won't call me back. Go ahead.
But what are you going to learn in a couple hours? Except how to be angrier and maybe how to get yourself end up like that lady in Minneapolis. Now, I wonder if she went to something similar. And it's not just that one. The churches are holding classes on how to... This is all craziness. Maybe for some people that are very, very scared, training can feel like empowerment, but how are they going to train you out of the fact that these people have guns and handcuffs and radios and 1,000 friends to help them, bulletproof vests? What sort of training is that going to help with?
I think the amazing point that you make, sir, is that the immigrants that you represent think these women, mostly women, are loons. Do they not, sir?
Yep.
It's not helping them at all, is it, sir?
No, in fact, in many cases, it's actually making it worse on the immigrants and my clients. I know it's well-intentioned. I believe that. But, when you keep increasing the fear, the anger, the confusion, the people getting shot, tear gas back and forth, the greater society, its nose turns up at this mess even more, and it makes my battle of persuasion with immigration judges even harder. My battle of persuasion with community leaders, my battle of persuasion on this very show becomes harder when you're doing this crazy stuff, because I've got to explain not only what the law actually is, but how I don't agree with this and why there are better ways of accomplishing changes to immigration policy than punching police officers at arrest sites.
My brother, Joseph Patrick Murphy.
Yeah.
The best, my man. Truth to power. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Marty.
My man nails it.
Timing is